In this video, we look at restricted and confined spaces. Areas that are or may become a restricted or confined space are bins, pits, wells, root cellars, silos, tanks, sea cans, and cisterns. Some hazardous conditions that may exist or develop in these spaces include too much or not enough oxygen, toxic gases from decomposing manure, compost, cleaning chemicals, or welding processes, explosive atmospheres from solvents, gases, or grain dusts, biological hazards such as bacteria or mold spores, entrapment and engulfment from grain or compost, moving parts from equipment and machinery, electric shock from damaged cords, cables, and other electrical equipment, temperature extremes, and even noise. When working in restricted and confined spaces, remember these do's. Ensure workers are trained and competent to work in restricted and confined spaces. Make certain that everyone has reviewed and understands the rescue plan for that space. Be aware of the hazards that are present or may develop in a restricted or confined space. Isolate all energy sources and test for zero energy. Post signage and rope off or barricade areas to keep unauthorized individuals away. Remove the source of the hazard wherever possible. Use mechanical ventilation where required. Wear respiratory protective equipment when needed. Pre-inspect all PPE, tools, and equipment to ensure they are appropriate for the space and in good working order. When it comes to restricted and confined spaces, do not ignore a possible confined space or other hazardous conditions at the worksite. Work in a confined space unless it is absolutely necessary and only if it is safe to do so. Attempt to rescue someone from a confined space without the proper training and equipment. Work in a confined space if you have not been trained to do so or are not properly equipped. Enter a confined space without someone stationed outside of it. Use respiratory protective equipment or rescue equipment you have not been trained and authorized to use. Remember these restricted and confined space tips. Identify the confined spaces on your farm. Create hazard assessments and rescue plans specific to the confined space. Follow your farm's permit system and safe operating procedures. Ensure the atmosphere is safe before entry and as required based on your hazard assessment. Confirm monitoring and communication devices are tested and fully functional. Verify machinery and equipment have been locked out and confirm zero energy. Confirm tools, PPE, and emergency equipment are available and appropriate for use in the space. Ensure there is a rescue procedure in place and that it has been practiced. Before starting work, ask yourself, have all the existing and potential hazards been identified and controlled? Am I trained and competent to work in this space and perform the task? Have I done everything necessary to ensure the space is safe to enter and stay in while working? Does the person stationed outside the space know what to do if something goes wrong? Has the rescue plan for this space been practiced within a reasonable amount of time?